Hi Aquarius, welcome to Bella Luna. I'll be doing your reading for today. So these are spiritual slash story time readings. They're general, they may or may not resonate, but fingers crossed they do. And they're timeless, but in particular, we're looking at the week ahead. So let's see what we can get for Aquarius. Oh my god. Frog. I was really not expecting that one for Aquarius. I can't lie. So at the center of the situation, I am kind of hearing the Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande song Rain on Me. um, it just feels like there's something that, I've never read this card like this before, but for the first time ever, I'm almost hearing embracing the darkness. You know? Whatever has been raining on you, it's almost like for a while you just sort of let it. Do you know what I mean? There was almost this defeated kind of attitude to you. But now it's coming through that it's almost like, you're not a frog crying in the rain, you're a frog dancing in the rain. You're almost embracing the sadness, you're embracing the pain, embracing the challenge, really. I'm almost hearing you say to the universe, like, bring it on, let's do it, let's go. So, wow, wow, wow. But at the same time, Aquarius, it is a very emotionally charged time for you. So I don't know if you've been a little maybe sensitive these past few weeks or this upcoming week, but there is a real sense of emotions taking the forefront, which might make you feel extremely uncomfortable as an Aquarius. So let's see where you're coming from in the past. Camel. Okay. So with the camel card, there was something that was extremely draining in your life, Um, and it's just funny because we have sort of opposite energies, right? Camels walk through the desert with only the water on their back to sustain them. So in the past, you were in a very dry time of your life, Um, and I don't mean that sexually, I mean, perhaps, but I mean, during that time in your life, it was just very, um, the imagery I'm seeing is just someone hitting their head against the wall every single day, and it almost feels like you never thought the wall would crack, and then one day, all of a sudden, it just cracks down the middle, and you're like, ah! So, whatever it is, you've just been stuck for a really long time, and it's like finally the water is being let through, you can finally breathe again, you can finally move. Um, it's almost like you've had a year without rain. Do you know what I mean? Um, Yeah, so let's see where you're heading in the future. One card, please. Okay. Elephant, great. Libra got this card too. So I think you're finally just, I'm almost getting like stampede, right? Elephant stampede. You're charging towards what you want and what is meant for you. And with the fire in the elephant's trunk, I'm really being drawn to that. It's almost like your inner fire has been relit, Aquarius. Whatever, dry spell you went through, finally, it's like life is growing again. You can see the greenery, you can see the sun shining, right? And it's like you finally found your inner fire that had been completely lost almost for like borderline a year, maybe longer. So let's see the subconscious of the situation. I'm really curious. Crow. Okay, how many signs are gonna get crow? So subconsciously, you're coming from a place, as I've said, this feels like something that's really held you back for a long time. And with the Crow card, it does talk about past, present, future. So even as we're doing this reading, there might be something that feels really familiar right now that you're like, oh, I have definitely felt this way before. I've definitely seen these things before. What cycle am I repeating, right? Use that, follow that, trust that. Something I read the other day, it was a Reddit thread, and it was asking people to describe, some street smart advice for people. And what someone said was, you see people acting normally every single day. So when you get a gut feeling like something is off, it probably is you noticing some type of abnormal behavior, right? I'm almost gonna say, I kind of just heard don't gaslight yourself, Aquarius. So, whatever the situation is, you've been through it before. This is definitely a life lesson that I'm almost hearing it like you've been put through the ringer with. So, I think this is the final time you're really going through this kind of cycle. And there's almost no room for doubt, if you will. There's a strong message coming through right now where you really have to believe in yourself. You can't let. I mean, it's the whole thing I was saying from the beginning. You can either cry in the rain or you can dance in the rain. And I think you're choosing to dance, but it's almost like this dance comes with a lesson. It's very cryptic, Aquarius. This is a super cryptic reading. Oh no, okay. Swan. Oh. If you guys don't know, I'm an Aquarius. This reading doesn't really resonate with me right now, but I definitely know what that card means. For me personally, as a reader, whenever I get the Swan card, it is always talking about a romantic situation. So I think all of this has been taking place, I am hearing, for like quite a long time, because it wanted to bring you back to not only yourself, but your mirror soul or a soulmate, right? I mean, if you're into the whole twin flame stuff, then this is like, your twin flame. But yeah, it's almost like this has all been preparation for this to come in. And as I said, this whole reading is very testy, Aquarius. And I think you're going to pass with flying colors. I don't think that's, an issue at all. But now it's kind of coming through where, as I said, it's a very emotionally charged week. So if this is a romantic partner for you, I'm looking at the blue in the camel, right? The moon, and the blue here. It's almost like this is the person that when you were in a year with no rain, it was almost like the thought of this person or just the notion of them, perhaps you could even feel them feeling you from a distance. It's almost like that's what kept you through. Do you know what I mean? Like that was the water that sustained you through the desert. Just the thought of being with this person, having a person like this. Like, this is actually really sweet coming through, Aquarius. This is really nice. With that being said, though, it might be a little overwhelming when this person finally does come in, especially if you're used to sort of, as I said, a year without rain. If we're so used to crying in the rain, it can feel a little unnatural to start dancing in it. But once we get in the groove and once we get in the flow, we end up realizing that we're having more fun than we've ever had, right? So definitely, definitely, definitely something really big is coming in this week, Aquarius. And as I said from the beginning, it is very emotionally charged. So try to stay grounded as much as possible, but also You know, feel what you feel. I know a lot of Aquarians might be rolling their eyes at me right now, but at the end of the day, I know that a lot of Aquarians think that love just isn't meant for them, but it really is. It just takes some time, and especially with Aquarius people, I've just noticed it takes them a little longer to find their person. Um, but when they do find someone, it's someone who really understands that Aquarius soul, you know? They will love you on your good and bad days, and something about this reading, Aquarius, it really does feel like it's restoring something. Perhaps something you thought you had lost a long time ago. It's finally being restored this week. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope something resonated or helped you out in some way, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.